My name is Khalid. I'm from the Canadian Sufi order, Karkariya branch. Here we have John. He's visiting our Karkariya zawiya in Norway, in Morocco. We're happy to have him here, and we'd like to ask you some questions. Can you give us a little bit of background about yourself? I understand that you're a researcher and you studied Sufi orders.
Yes, of course. First of all, thank you to Sidi Shaykh for the opportunity, and thank you to Khalid for offering to do this interview. It's a real pleasure to be here, and thank you to all the brothers and sisters for the hospitality here. It's been a pleasure to stay here. Like he said, my name is John. I'm a researcher, a PhD student from a university in the United States. I'm currently here on a Fulbright grant doing research on Sufism in Moroccan public life. Before that, I was doing my research with the zawiya in Egypt, in Cairo. And before that, I was living in Kuwait, where I taught as a math and physics teacher, in Jordan for a little bit, as well as in Saudi Arabia, where I was in Jeddah, where I was a computer science teacher.
Oh, that's great. It's definitely have vast, experience with Sufism. So, can you tell us about some of the distinguishing features that you noticed here or you observed here in the Karkariya zawiya?
Of course. So the first time I came to visit was during the Eid al-Nabawi, which was about 3 months ago at this time. And I guess the first thing, other than the clothing that stood out to me as distinguishing the order, was the close-knit community that exists here at the zawiya in Arawi. The Shaykh and the brothers and the sisters all live closely with one another here in the building, and you have a strong support community with people who live in Arawi and support the zawiya here as well. So there's just a very close-knit community here, and I think that leads to a very strong sense of intimacy between the brothers and sisters, as well as between the disciples and the Shaykh. So that the presence of the Shaykh here in the zawiya can always be felt, and it's that closeness with him that I think helps to foster a center of education, not just for the transmission of knowledge, but also the training of character and the training of people who really are open-minded, loving, and caring of one another.
That's great. Yeah, thank you so much. You met the Shaykh today, and
yes.
From the non-Muslim perspective, did you feel that you're welcome to attend? Was there any restriction, on you attending ceremonies to help you with your research?
Yeah, absolutely. They have been incredibly open and welcoming with me here. Which can be a little tricky in Morocco, especially because of some of the laws and rules regarding foreigners and non-Muslims entering mosques and zawiyas and attending different rituals. So my experience here has been hit or miss sometimes with my ability to engage with the Sufi community. However, here it has been open from the first time I came here. The first time I met him and was introduced, he said, you're more than welcome, sit with us, eat with us, sleep with us. And when I met him again today, he said the same thing, and really encouraged, the way he spoke with me reflected his principle or teaching for a desire to love all of God's creations, as he put it to me today.
That's definitely a message of peace and love in the very center and that zawiya here, which might be little different from maybe other groups, whether Muslims and other religious groups in the world. So you mentioned something, before the interview about the harmony with creation, with music, with animals. And did you notice that in Zawiya?
Yeah. So one distinguishing feature is the 3 dogs that are the friends of the Shaykh here. So the Shaykh sits out back and has 3 dogs there with him. And, within the Islamic world, dogs can get treated in different ways or different perspectives toward them. So his treatment of the dogs, I think, is reflective of his desire to love.
The love
exactly.
And music is that as well, you know.
Yeah, so two other distinguishing features, I would say, are the use of visual arts and musical arts. Now, music has been and consistently been a critical element of Sufi traditions throughout history. So, you know, its use isn't necessarily unique, but I think it is a distinguishing feature for many of the individuals here. They're free to pursue that as an artistic passion, as well as the use of visual arts to represent various experiences and visions is unique.
Thank you so much. I heard that from many other people, you know, that one of the things that I'd like to ask about is the demographics of the paupers, you know, the truth seekers. You know. Did you find it different from other Sufi orders, or are they the same, you know? So is it diverse or just...
Yeah, thank you. That's a very good question. Yeah, so here I've met individuals from Bahrain, United Arab Emirates, Oman, Yemen, Egypt, obviously Morocco and Algeria, France, so Canada. So it's a very widely, it's an international order. You can come here and you can hear 3 or 4 different languages or dialects being spoken at the same time. So it provides a very, there's an ethical component to that as well, that individuals have to learn how to engage with people maybe from different cultural backgrounds or different languages on equal terms. So the diversity, I think, is a very distinguishing and important feature of the zawiya here.
Thank you. Another question that just popped up to my mind is you did some search in the internet about the Karkariya, you know, and other Sufi orders, and you noticed that there is vast, volume of knowledge, you know, about it. Did you find that transparent? Does it reflect, you know, exactly what is happening here, or is there some hidden, you know, rituals or something different?
No, I mean, everything that I've seen here, or pretty much everything I've seen, is available. You can see it present on the internet through the videos and the recordings, much like this one. I think, occasionally there's some lessons or private conversations, but obviously that makes sense that that's not going to be published. It's intended to be private, but no, there's, in my experience, nothing here that nobody's trying to hide anything. People have been very upfront and forward, and when I ask, they've been clear in their answers with me.
Yeah, how many hours a day you think that Shaykh dedicates himself to the seeker, to the truth seekers, or to the fuqara?
In a general sense, I'd say it seems like half the day is devoted towards his disciples, whether it be in the form of lessons, whether it be in the form of leading prayers and dhikr, or whether it just be in the form of being accessible. He sits here just outside with us, but he's always accessible, and you can ask him for time and ask him questions. And in those meetings, the times that I've met him, he's just been very kind and open with me. So I appreciate that.
So finally, is there a message you give to both Muslim, non-Muslim, to come and visit and watch and see what happens here in Karkariya? Is it an interesting feature to a certain group or to everybody who would like to expand their
I think anybody who's seeking knowledge, this is a place of knowledge. And you know, me, I come here as a researcher, but they understand that I'm still a seeker of knowledge and a person looking to understand other people, looking to understand the world. And I think that is what's really important to them here, is the intention and the sincerity for trying to learn and improve upon oneself.
Yeah, thank you so much, John.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Passing the message and giving your testimony, and I think we can see you again. You know, to finish your research, and we can't wait till we hear about your final product of your research, and hopefully it'll be published online or get a copy of it. You know, that would be great. You know, Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Bye.